Okay, so let's just do a quick demo of the HRHero application. So this is how it starts. Let me close other tabs for now. Yeah. So hmm, let's just end. So it's a pretty simple application. You can immediately go to a dashboard. I haven't implemented anything related to login or anything like that, because the problem statement was very clear about. Problem statement was pretty simple. It asked for two major things: resume screening section, which I believe would revolve around a resume analyzing tool sort of. So that's what I kept the base, and that's how I built up the onboarding section and the employee sentiment analysis. So for this, I built it around the monthly surveys and exit interview. So yeah, so I first of all, obviously, I split the whole problem into an onboarding section, engagement section. So this is based on basically uh, what part of the hiring process we are looking at. So let's just start with resume analyzer. So I can just go and give my resume and then see. And for job description, let me just give this one. Okay, so I will give this one, and let's say I give requirements to. Okay, so so these weights, first of all, let me talk about. So this weight is how much emphasis you wanna put on the experience, let's say project relevance or special. Special is something which I added. So if I look at the prompt, what a special means, so I can go add resume analyzer. My code is pretty well split up into modules for each section, so it should be pretty clear to like understand everything. I won't go into the code details, but let's just see what a special score is. So irrespective of job description, if the resume and profile is unique and could be valuable. So the idea is basically, if sometimes there are profiles of resumes which are pretty unique, and even without the job description, they could be a pretty valuable fit for the company. Sometimes you just want the most relevant candidate, but sometimes you could be looking for something more than that. So for that, I have a very specific special score too, and so the final score is basically rated with the weights in mind. You can adjust the weights based on that. So let me just go to the assessment curator. So the idea of assessment curator is basically uh, uh, you want to validate the resumes too now, right? Like how I gave this resume for this job application, but I still had to create an assessment to validate my resume and everything. I like the idea, uh, and for that I'm going to so I implemented that here too. So for prompt, let's say a coding assignment doable in 1 week, let's say. And share with email is basically uh, well, this generates a Google form, so this will give me the edit access which is necessary. I mean, this is pretty agentic. My inspiration of the whole application was pretty agentic. I wanna have do the let the AI handle as much as possible, but this is not completely agentic. I have left some spaces so that it can be more optimized, but this is still pretty end-to-end application. So this is the Google doc it created. So it publishes and everything. So in fact, I can just even copy the responders link. Like, let's see, I just directly wanna share the link. So see, directly you have the thing ready, and as you can see, it has everything right here. From generic questions like why are you interested in the internship, relevant skill experience and everything, plus the coding assessment which I asked for. So data processing, prompt engineering, model evaluation code. So it asks me to develop a sentiment analysis. So it's pretty basic concept it added. I can be a bit more elaborate about what I want, and then it will add that. But see, that's it. Really simplifies the whole process. Let's go to the result analysis. So basically, any sort of resume I add, it curates a score for that, and generally it remains pretty consistent. This time I changed the prompt a bit, so even my resume gave a bit different response. Generally it remains pretty consistent if the prompt is consistent. So let's just say this option is not, this section is just for to visualize the resumes you have analyzed, but it also extracts the information and shows you right here. So this is so let's say I like this candidate, so I will just give the sorry, I will give the job description, and I will also tell that I want to have a meet next Sunday. And the best thing about this section is it will generate an automatic AI reaching out mail. So let's meet let's do a meet on Sunday. And then for let me give some more context. So company name is Unstop, and my name is, let's say, Aman, for now. So let me just generate the email and let's see. So yeah, so see, so nicely it is the thing is, beautiful thing is, it has context of the email and everything, about the candidate and everything. So now it creates a pretty formal email and everything. It's pretty nice, pretty neat, and I would like to invite you Sunday to discuss the opportunity. It even so okay, see, sometimes it gives things like this. So that's why I made key, yes, you can edit here and then send, but it's still like it keeps everything within the application. And now if I click this, and I should get, yeah, uh, Aman, yeah. So it does that. So yeah, this is how the onboarding section is. Let's go to the monthly survey. So the best way I felt key, you can understand a bit about an employee, the about employees engagement and everything is through a regular monthly survey. It cannot be a one time thing, it has to be regularly maintained. You need to understand exactly how the employee is feeling, and everything. So let's just start at that. So for monthly, let's just give a shareable email. So this is for the edit access again. Sorry, 1625 edit. So yeah, and then a simple prompt. Let's say I wanna mm, uh, oh, only MCQ type questions. Let's say I don't wanna bother the employees too much with long descriptive must questions. Let's just see that. Um, the idea about my inspiration for a monthly survey form was because I always felt कि if you want to know someone, you have to be a bit more regular and consistent. एक दिन में ऐसा नहीं पता चलेगा कि how the employee is feeling and everything. So it has to be very consistent. I also felt like it should be automatically sending, but I felt like there was a need for human intervention, ताकि आप clearly पता कर सकते हो exactly क्या question पूछे जा रहे हैं, if you wanna change things. So see, it understood my prompt. It has kept everything. It has kept everything in an MCQ basis. Everything is pretty simple, nice, and everything. And I can. It should have provided 2051625. I think I provided the email or something incorrect, but yeah, I will get the edit access. Either way, and let's go to the exit interview section. So the exit interview section is basically where I will have the an AI interview, and I should be able to, and it will at the end provide a summary and analysis. So it's pretty neat. I thought कि exit interview analysis के लिए, I didn't like the idea कि you would provide the whole this happened in the exit interview and a context and everything. Thought कि नहीं, यहीं पे exit interview होगा and then you will get the analysis. I felt that would be more streamlined and more straightforward. So let's just start the interview. Thank you for being here. Please tell you. So it was. So I was an SDE2, let's say, at Unstop, and it was nice till now. Now I am switching, let's say, for better pay. Let's just say that. I'm gonna be short about these things because it will be at least about 12 questions or so. Uh, what motivated you to seek new employment at this time? So the idea is, let's say, better position and higher pay. I'm gonna be a bit generic, so I will do this. Thank you for confirming your role and reason for doing. Let's just start general question. What did you most enjoy about time working as an assistant? So my most enjoyable time was, let's say, I don't know how an SD2 works, but let's say fix the innovation meet meetings were nice, and the projects I was working on were nice. I'm still being pretty generic. The more I am see, the thing is, this is an AI talking, so it can be pretty nice if I was a bit more descriptive. Right now is like pretty similar. I think I if I change the model, or see, if I do this, let's say if I change the temperature, then also I can actually get pretty interesting response. For now, I have just it's a pretty standard thing going on. Okay, so innovation to start, we tell you motivated to initially join. So initially I joined for uh, why did I join and stop? I really liked the CEO. Let's let's say. Hmm, beyond just better pay and position, what were the challenges or area? So I talked, let's say, I talked about uh, pay increase here, but HR didn't listen. Let's say didn't listen. So it's an AI. I think it will encourage people to be a bit more honest, so you can get a bit more better report about the thing. Your position impression of a CEO, that you have a professional positive impression. It's helpful to understand your we would appreciate it, can you wait with me? And let's just see. Thank you. So it I have to be this prompt can be increased. So is there anything else regarding compensations or benefit that you feel contributed to a decision? Yes, lack of communication between HR and employees, let's say. I'm trying to be a bit more interesting so that it deviates to pivots to a bit more interesting prompts and everything. And for now, it's being pretty simple. HR employees and communication other. Did you feel that there was a lack of effective communication and other concerns? Yes, sometimes there were, and I felt ignored. Let's say. So impact of the issue, understand the scope and impact of the issue. Uh, could you elaborate on the instance last Sunday meet? Let's just see. Yeah, so about 12 questions it has to it will ask for sure, and then I will get the option to finish the interview. I will prefer to finish the interview for now. So yeah, thank you for the valuable feedback. So see, this is nice. So this is how you get the exit interview. It just doesn't really tells you about the attrition risk. It tells you about engagement recommendation and also strategies which we can employ. So my whole thing in which I talked about like HR के साथ communication का issue था plus एक pay वाला issue था. So it will say like review and just adjust compensation on the policies, establish clear communication protocol. So it's pretty nice. It creates a generic like very structured sort of thing. This can actually be fed into another application, and you can actually make a bit more agentic thing and everything. So this is pretty nice what it does, and that's pretty much it. What the whole thing is. While you are trying this, try to be a bit more creative, because otherwise it really struggles to go on, because it needs a bit more what you can say context. I didn't really provide more context because I felt like something like this would be on a client side, and on the admin side where the HR will access it. That's where he will provide more context. So yeah, for now, because this was a coding assessment and I had limited time, I felt like okay, this should work for now. But still, try to be a bit more innovative with the conversation, and it will be pretty nice. It will generate pretty nice responses and everything. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this.